If I asked, what is a miracle? Most people would think of miracle as something like somebody's sick and dying and they have a prayer group and all of a sudden that person gets well. You might have seen some of the traffic situations on the side of the road where the car's on fire and all of a sudden these people stop to help and to get the people out and away right before it flames up or blows up or things like this. In studying Aikido and I assume most other martial arts, we're basically looking at timing on a lot of things. And to me, timing is one of the bigger issues. Most of the miracles that we see today are not big giant things. I think some of those happen, but most of them I think are little things that we don't recognize as such. If I'm talking to you and I go, oh man, if you did this, and right then the phone rings, the dog barks, the horn honks, any of these things, it doesn't matter what it is, it matters when it is, the timing of it. Any of these things, I think, are the emphasis to let you know this is something extra. You should pay attention to this more. And I consider this to be a small miracle. The universe tries to help when it can, and it looks for ways and energy flows and patterns to give you that. If you stayed at the house and never got out, never did anything, you'd have less chance for something happening. But if you're out active, if you're trying to do things, thinking about things, then there's more chance of this stuff happening in your life because of your involvement with life. In these videos, you'll probably have heard more than once the phone ring in the background or me talking about it, right as I'm saying something to somebody. I think that's a miracle. That phone could have rang 2 seconds before, 2 seconds after, and it wouldn't have been as significant as right at that point. I think it's like putting an exclamation point on the end of a sentence. If I took that exclamation point and I had maybe a half a dozen spaces or so before I put that exclamation point, it wouldn't be near as important as it was at the right time. This is the timing that tells you, boom. In Aikido, this is where we do the throw. This is like I'm talking to you and the phone rings. This is where the phone rings. Could be the car honk. It's not as important what it is as the timing of when it is. If the universe is trying to help us, and you have these things happen in your life, and you just ignore them because you don't recognize them, you don't even know to look for them, why should you get bigger ones? When you start recognizing them, that's where the term spiritual, thank you, the term spiritual gravity came from. That was the phone. That's why I'm doing this. I've seen this too much in my life to go, well, I'm not sure about it. I'm sure. That didn't just ring because I don't have any idea if this is real or not. That rang because this is the way it's supposed to happen, and it's pushed me into a situation where I'm trying to pass this on. And for those that want to see it, you got to prove it to yourself in your life. But if you look at it openly, and look at it, well, I've had those experiences. I've seen that energy. I recognize it. You can build on it and allow it to help you more. That's what it's for. It's for guidance, it's for help. It's to make your life easier.